students. So this is lecture number 9 of the chapter gravitation, and in the previous video we have solved the questions based on potential and potential energy, right? Also we have discussed about what is gravitational field and what is gravitational potential and potential energy, right? So in this video we'll find the gravitational field for different objects, right? And then we'll discuss about escape energy and escape speed, which is again a very important topic. So in the gravitational field, we had removed the intensity of gravitational I equals to minus gme upon r squared, something like this, right? This was the gravitational field intensity. Okay. Now, then we have discussed about potential minus gme by r. This is a scalar, a vector quantity. This is scalar quantity, right? And then we have derived the expression for potential energy, which is minus gm by r. So these are the things which we had already discussed, right? And we have also solved the questions based on this. Okay. Now suppose I want to calculate gravitational field intensity of different bodies like ring, disc, spherical shell, sphere, right? So how to calculate the gravitational field intensity of different objects? Let us start with ring. We want to find the gravitational field intensity of a ring. Okay. Now there is a ring of mass m. Right? Let this be of mass m. Let A be the radius of the ring. This is the center. Now, we need to calculate the gravitational field intensity at any point P along the axis. So, this is the ring, right? Let m be the mass of the ring. A is the radius of the ring. We have to find the gravitational field intensity at point P. Okay, let this distance be anything, say x. Okay. Okay, so now gravitational field intensity because of this ring, m mass of the ring and a radius of the ring, right? Okay, to understand or to derive this, let us consider a body of say mass dm, a body or a part having a mass dm. The gravitational field intensity of this dm will be in this direction. This is what we had already understood in gravitational field intensity, that every object in the universe will having some mass will produce a field that is known as gravitational field, which has got some energy, right? So this is a gravitational field intensity because of a mass dm, right? On the opposite side also we'll consider a mass dm. So again the gravitational intensity, let di be the gravitational field intensity because of this mass dm, right? Okay, let this distance be say anything, say r. Here? Okay. So now di is in this direction. Let it makes an angle theta. As intensity is a vector quantity. Here, see, we have to find the gravitational field intensity at a distance x from the center of the ring, right? Okay. So we have taken two small masses on the circumference of the ring, right? dm, and this also the mass of this element is also dm. The gravitational field intensity because of this dm will be in this direction. Let this angle be theta. So it will, intensity is a vector quantity. It will have two component, cos theta, sin theta. Similarly, this is also di, right? This is theta. So this will be cos theta. This will be sin theta. Okay. Both the masses are dm. Both the distances are r. So the sin component will get cancelled. Clear? So the gravitational intensity because of the ring will be only because of the cos component and will be directed towards the center of the ring, right? Okay, so now di will be equals to g dm by r square according to the formula gm by r square, okay, into only cos component, so let it be cos theta, fine, okay. So now in this triangle, what is cos theta? Opposite by hypotenuse, this distance was x, so it will be x upon r, clear? Okay, so cos theta is adjacent component, that is x by r, so substitute here, so di is equals to g dm by r square into x by r, right? Okay, so total gravitational field intensity will be obtained by integrating, so let the integration be di, so g x by r cube, these are all the common constant terms, integration of dm will be m, dm is a small mass on the ring, again dm, 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 so on integrating dm will get the total mass of the ring. So finally gravitational field intensity I will be equals to gmx upon r cube, right? Okay, see one more thing, using Pythagoras theorem, r square will be equals to x square plus a square, because r is the hypotenuse, so r square will be equals to a square plus x square, so r will be equals to x square plus a square raised to 1 by 2, cubing on both the sides will get x square plus a square raised to 3 by 2. You can substitute the value, so gravitational field intensity is gmx upon x square plus a square raised to 3 by 2. This is the gravitational field intensity of a ring of mass m and radius a along the axis at a distance x, right? Okay, so what is the gravitational field intensity at the center? At the center of the ring, it will be x will be 0, so intensity at the center will be 0, clear? We can also understand in this manner, a part of ring dm, its intensity will be in this direction, here it will be in this direction. If I am considering dm over here, the intensity will be in this direction. If I am considering over here, so it will be equal and opposite. So gravitational field intensity at the center of the ring is 0. Generally, the derivation of gravitational field intensity are not asked in the exam, but the formulas might be useful in solving the question. So this is how we will calculate the gravitational field intensity of a ring, right? Okay, now let us calculate the same for a sphere, right? One more we'll calculate and then we'll switch on to escape energy and escape speed. Okay, so now we'll calculate the gravitational field intensity because of a solid sphere, right? Let there be a solid sphere, let m be the mass of a solid sphere and let r be the radius of the sphere. Okay, suppose we want to calculate the field intensity at any point P which is at a distance r, right? So we have to calculate the gravitational field intensity inside a solid sphere at any distance r, which is of course less than r. So the derivation is for r less than r. So we can consider a solid sphere to be made up of concentric spherical shell. Okay, so let us consider a spherical shell. Two concentric spherical shell at a distance x, let dx be the thickness, right? We have considered two shells x, dx be the thickness, right? Okay, let us say that the mass of this spherical shell, consider spherical shell be dm, let dm be the mass of spherical shell of radius x and thickness dx. Okay, so the gravitational intensity because of this dm mass can be written as the gravitational field intensity at a distance r, small r, which is at a point P, will be g dm by r square. Now, m is the mass of the whole sphere, right? That is for 4 by 3 pi r cube. The volume of sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cube. So, m is the mass of this much volume. So, for this volume, the volume of the shell is 4 pi x square into dx, area into thickness. Area into thickness is the volume of the considered shell. Let m is the total mass of the sphere, v is the total volume of the sphere, and for this volume the mass of the shell is dm. So, dm will be equals to 4 pi x square dx into capital M upon 4 pi r cube into 3. 4 pi gets cancelled. So, dm is equals to 3m x square dx upon r cube. Right. So, this is the mass dm of the spherical shell. Okay. So, what will be the intensity? Substitute in this equation. di is equals to g upon r square into dm. So, it is 3m by r cube into x square dx. Okay, but we need to calculate the intensity at a point P, which is at a distance r. So, we will have to integrate this. So, intensity I will be obtained by integration 0 to r di. What is di? 3gm by r square into r cube into x square dx. Right? So, it will be 3gm upon r square into r cube. Integration of x square dx will be x cube by 3. Apply the limit. 3 gets cancelled. So, gm by r square into r cube into, instead of x we will place so gm by r square into r cube and applying limit. So, x cube will be r cube. Okay, r square and r cube. So, finally the gravitational field intensity at any point inside the sphere is gmr by r cube. See, the point which is to be noted is intensity at any point is proportional to r. Intensity inside the sphere at any point is proportional to r. Okay, so now what will be the intensity at or on the surface? What will be the gravitational field on the surface? So, on the surface this small r will be equals to capital R. So, intensity on the surface will be Gm capital R by R cube. So, it will be Gm by R square. Right? Okay. And intensity outside the shell will be, place small capital R, place small r in place of capital R. So, intensity outside will be GMR upon R cube. Okay, so this is outside the sphere. So, in this case intensity is inversely proportional to R square, and on the surface it will be maximum, because as small r increases intensity will increase. So, intensity starting from the surface, it goes on increasing linearly, increasing. When r equals to r it becomes maximum, and then it will decrease as by 1 by r square. So, the graph will be, see, exactly below starting from the center to the surface, r increases, intensity will increase, right? Intensity is proportional to r. This becomes maximum when r is equals to r, and then it will decrease as 1 by r square. Clear? This is how the graph will look like. So this is how we'll calculate the gravitational field intensity because of a solid sphere. So we have seen the gravitational field intensity because of ring, because of solid sphere. Clear? Fine. Now we'll discuss what is escape speed, what is escape energy in the next video.